All right, let's get into it. Today, we are deconstructing a piece of absolute viral gold from CS Bisht Vines. I'm sure you've seen it. It's one of those comedy sketches that just perfectly captures this unique style of humor that's all about pure, unfiltered nonsense. And honestly, it's genius. So it really all boils down to lines like this one, right? I mean, this is the promise our hero makes to a shopkeeper, and it's just so completely illogical. It makes absolutely zero sense, and that is exactly the point. This one line, it's pretty much the key that unlocks this entire hilarious, nonsensical world we're about to jump into. So who's the mastermind behind a quote like that? Well, let's meet our main guy. He's part of a character type you see a lot in Desi online comedy, and he's known as Pagal Beta, which pretty much means crazy son. But what's cool is this isn't some brand new thing. I mean, think about the classic wise fool character in stories forever, from Shakespeare all the way to old folk tales. This is just a totally modern internet age version of that. But what's so fascinating about this character is his specific kind of crazy. It's not mean or malicious at all. It's actually this deep, almost extreme innocence. He's operating on a completely different level of logic than everybody else. He takes everything literally and just builds this world around himself that's made of this frustrating but totally hilarious circular logic. And in this sketch, man, we see all of this in action. I mean, his logic is just unbreakable. It's like a fortress. His motivation is super simple. And all the comedy, it comes from watching the shopkeeper just completely lose his mind trying to deal with him. And my absolute favorite part has got to be that lightning fast switch he does. 1 second, he's acting like a millionaire, and the next he's claiming he's the poorest guy on the planet. Okay, let's look at how this whole thing actually unfolds. Every good story's gotta have a quest, right? And our hero's is pretty straightforward. He just needs to get a phone for a girl named Kajal. Simple enough. But his method for getting it? Yeah, that's where all the brilliant chaos kicks in. So he just strolls into this shop with all the confidence in the world, like he owns the place, and asks for a phone on credit. No hesitation at all. See, in his head, this is a totally normal, perfectly reasonable thing to ask. And right away, you've got this amazing clash between his bizarre reality and, well, actual reality. And get this, he's not asking for just any old phone. Nope. His first demand is for the most expensive one, a phone that costs 100,000 rupees. This is that grandiosity we were just talking about. For just a split second, he's this guy with incredible wealth and high-class taste. But the instant the shopkeeper pushes back even a little bit, that whole illusion just shatters. He immediately flips and asks for the cheapest phone they have, begging, "I am very poor." It's such a dramatic and hilarious switch, a total classic comedy move. And the shopkeeper is just left standing there completely confused. Okay, and this is the heart of it. This is the comedic engine that drives the whole sketch. The shopkeeper just tries to get one simple piece of information, and he gets sucked into what I can only describe as a conversational black hole of circular logic. It all kicks off with a totally normal, totally reasonable question. The shopkeeper, he's just trying to make sure he'll get paid, so he asks where the kid lives. Seems simple enough, doesn't it? And here is the very first answer he gives. Now, is it technically correct? Sure, yeah. Is it helpful in any way, shape, or form? Nope, not at all. This is like the first wall in his fortress against normal, straight-line thinking. So the shopkeeper, bless him, he tries again. He actually takes the bait and plays along with the kid's logic. He asks a follow-up, probably thinking, okay, maybe this will get me to a real address. And there it is, the punchline. He just closes the loop. They live with me, and I live with them. It is a perfect, unbreakable circle of information that goes absolutely nowhere. The trap is set, and the shopkeeper walked right into it. So this is what really shows you that gap in logic, right? A normal answer gives you a location, a destination. Pagal Beta's answer, it just describes a state of being, and you can't really argue with it because it's not technically wrong. It's just 100% hilariously useless. So you might be thinking, why? Why is he going through all this? Well, behind all the crazy logic loops and frustrating answers, there's actually a really simple and really human reason for all of this. It's all for a girl named Kajal. When the shopkeeper asks who she is, he just says, "Kajal, she is my life." And that one line, it kind of grounds his whole crazy mission. Suddenly he's not just a fool, he's a fool in love.
And that kind of makes everything he's doing strangely sweet, right?
And this is where it all comes full circle. Literally. Even his big motivation gets tangled up in his weird logic. When he's pushed one last time for his address, he says he lives near my house. Okay, and where's that? Next to Kajal's house. And you guessed it, Kajal's house is next to his. It's just another perfect, unbreakable loop.
All right, so let's pull all these pieces together and really ask, why do we laugh at this? Why did millions of people watch this sketch? It's not just random nonsense, believe it or not. There's actually a formula to this kind of madness.
So here's the formula, basically. First, you need the fool. That's our Puggle Beta who's 100% confident in his own broken logic. Then you have the straight man, the shopkeeper, who is basically us, the audience, having our sanity tested. The goal is super simple, something we can all get, but the real obstacle? It's not some bad guy, it's the main character's own brain, and that is where all the comedy comes from. So I think the real key here is that we're not just laughing at him, we're laughing at the hilarious situation that his brain creates. There's just this pure joy in watching someone operate completely free from the rules of logic that we all have to live by every day. The shopkeeper's frustration, that's our catharsis. And it's the perfect formula for the internet today. It's simple, it's character-driven, and it grabs you in seconds and gives you a really quick, satisfying laugh. And that kind of leaves us with one last question to chew on. In a world that can be super complicated and pretty demanding, maybe there's something really, really appealing about this kind of simple, illogical, no consequences humor. Is it just a good joke? Or is it maybe the perfect little escape? Definitely something to think about.